What's up, everybody? Welcome to podcast. Now, I'm Alex. In this video, I want to discuss how to best use BB-8 and BB-9E in Star Wars Battlefront 2. So a little bit of some tips for you for both of these characters. Now, when these characters were coming out and when these characters were talked about, they were talked about very, very specifically. And I'm here to tell you that when you play this game, you really have to follow, and this is kind of like the first thing here, how to best use both these characters is playing them how they were intended for. Now, there's been characters that have come out recently, such as Count Dooku and Obi-Wan. I think those are two of the better examples that are very different, and you have to play them how they're supposed to be played. And if you don't, you may still have success. The best Battlefront players are always going to have success, I think, but it's going to be a little bit tougher. Now, with BB-8 and BB-9E, especially BB-9E, you really have to use them how they're designed for. So BB-8 is more of that attack-heavy droid, right? He can get in behind enemies. All of his abilities have kind of offense as the primary motivator, right? Even his ability to locate other people, right? Scan the nearby area. Once you attack the people that are located, you do increase damage. So even his abilities, all of them, right? His spinning cable attack, that has basically, attack as the primary focus, but everything there has attack. So you really do want to use him in attack focus. Now, he doesn't have a lot of life, so you always want to be on the move. Now, a good thing with both these droids, this is the thing that's good for both these droids, obviously, because they're so small, they are very hard to hit. And this applies in a lot of different ways. One, you can attack, much like you can attack with other heroes and villains in general, while jumping and while moving around. And with these characters, you're going to want to do that in the right circumstances. If you're in like a one-on-one fight with a trooper, with somebody that can shoot, you may want to move around. You also may want to get literally right underneath their feet. But again, motion is the biggest thing, because if you're constantly moving, you're already a very, very small target. It's kind of like Yoda, where because he's so tiny, he's very, very hard to hit. Now, that applies with heroes or villains if you're attacking them as well with these characters, with a lightsaber or a blaster, right? Because you're so small, they have to aim down in order to hit you. But another thing is there's no crouching, which is actually a good thing, because in maps that have kind of like half barriers, you can kind of just roll right along, right? And nobody can hit you as long as they're in the right vantage point for you, right? So you basically are hidden quite often. It's very easy to move and jump around. I did this with BB-8. But I also tried it with BB-9E just to test it out. You can zap people with just the normal attack. You can zap them through walls, but you can't do a full wall if I tested it outright. And hopefully I'm able to put the footage right here. With BB-8, like half the wall was still, like I could see the person, but also I was blocked by the wall, so they could not shoot me, but I could zap them. And then later, I tried with BB-9E, basically just trying to go directly through the wall, and you couldn't do it. So I think as long as you partially see them, you can zap them. So that's a nice little tip or trick. I mean, I think that is a trick, because I did definitely do it with BB-8. So you can use, basically what I'm saying is you can use the environment to help you. So that's more of both of them in BB-8. Here's the deal with BB-9E. I like him. I think he's a fantastic addition. Both of these characters are awesome. I don't know why they put these two ahead of like Ahsoka or Ventress or anybody, but like they are good for what they are. BB-9E, very specific playstyle. You have to play him with a role in mind, basically, right? And there are other heroes, there are other villains, there are literal classes and groups in general that are designed for that if you don't use them that way, they're not going to be that successful. And BB-9E, honestly, I feel like is the same way. And now, again, I don't know if this is true. This is just from playing this. This is what I noticed. I know there's like smaller stats in these games. I didn't look at this. I feel like BB-9E attacks faster, but he does less damage. You can correct me if I'm wrong in the comments below, but that's kind of what I sense. But here's what you don't do. Now, you'll see me do it, but it's because I'm playing against AI. You don't go off on your own and attack an entire group of AI. Now, both of these characters do have the middle ability where they spin around, right? The shock for BB-9E and then the thrusters or the cables for BB-8. They are designed to, if you're stuck in a situation, to clear the area. And I love both. I actually think I like BB-9Es better just because it like shocks them and it throws them backwards if they're close enough. I like that. But again, BB-9E, all his abilities are designed with support in mind. So while, yes, that middle ability does hurt people, it also, for the people that are out for like the very edge of his range, their guns overload. So they can't fire their guns. So yes, you can use this if you're trapped, if you're on your own and you're stuck with a ton of enemies. You can use this to kill them and to basically escape. But if you're pushing with your group, which you probably should be, again, I was playing with AI, so they're not very smart, so I couldn't really act as a team, but it's intended to work with the group. So you're supposed to move with your group, and that way you can eliminate a large amount of enemies, but also you stop any other enemies from firing, and then your team can then attack them. And again, all his abilities do that. I personally like BB-8 better just because actually of the third ability, the fact that he does kind of like the thrust surge, right? He does that kind of, or like Grievous does that, and Rey can do it, and all these characters, and Han does the shoulder hit. So I like that ability in general. I've always kind of liked it. It's kind of hard to use with BB-8. Sometimes I've like gone straight into a wall, which is bad. But so BB-9E though, all his abilities, his third ability is more of helping your allies because it reduces their ability, their charge time. So he's not very attack-like. You can attack, you can hurt the enemies, but I wouldn't suggest going off on your own, especially, again, like real people. I mean, people that have brains, it's going to be harder. However, again, using the droid strategies in general of moving around as much as you can and getting underneath them and hiding behind like half barriers or half walls or things like that, those are definitely things that can help both of these. I think they're probably going to help BB-9E more because you're going to need to do it more with him because you're going to want to stay back with your group. Again, even his smoke screen thing, like they can't see you and you sense them, but that's it. You don't do increased damage because of it. Nothing happens. Now, there are the star cards for both these characters. I mean, they can greatly help out both of them, okay? I don't want to get into star cards here. I kind of just want to talk about the base characters. But BB-9E, you got to use him, I think, right. I got away with it, as you're seeing in these videos, because I'm playing against AI. Playing against heroes and villains, like BB-8, I feel like could, and I've seen both, and I'm sure people are going to do both. I've seen BB-8 take on villains. I've seen him beat. I've seen people online beat Kylo with him. I've seen lots of stuff. Okay, and I'm sure we'll see people playing as BB-9E beating Luke, beating Obi-Wan, beating Anakin. I'm sure somebody's gonna get embarrassed with Anakin by losing to BB-9E. But I think for a general player that's just jumping in, right? They're playing Battlefront. It's so much fun. They see that there's new heroes and villains out, and they're like, oh, I want to try these rolling balls, right? I want to try them out. I don't think you're going to have much success with BB-9E if you don't use him right. And I've said that in the past before. I think I said it on the PS Edition channel. Like, for those kind of people that are just, not like normies, but people that are just normal gamers. They don't play this game 1,000 hours a day, right? They just jump in, they say, oh, like BB-8 and BB-9E, right? I want to play as them. Let's try them out. I think you can get away with being aggressive and going on the attack with BB-8. If you do the same thing with BB-9E, I don't think you're going to be taking out like Luke or, again, Obi-Wan or Anakin. I don't think you're going to be able to handle them just because he really only has 2 attacks. He's got his base attack, and he's got the shock one. That's all he has. Everything else helps your allies. So your allies can help you take on Anakin, but you on your own, I don't think you're going to be strong enough. So I think that's pretty much all I have to say. Let me know in the comments below, guys. Anything I missed, any other kind of smaller tips or tricks of how to be the best as BB-8 or BB-9E, let me know in the comments below. Let me know if you guys want me to do any other Star Wars Battlefront 2 videos. I love this game. I love playing it. We're actually going to be live streaming it tonight, so anybody watching this video today, we're going to be live streaming it tonight as well. But I like talking about this game. I like playing this game. If you guys want me to cover it more, we can totally do that, but obviously I need your guys' support, so make sure you are liking this video. Make sure you are leaving a comment. Make sure you're subscribed, bell icon rung, all of that good stuff. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next video.